Isekai.
Rebirth of the Malicious Empress of Military Lineage, Chapter 212, Fated Destiny. The residence of Prince Ruai was especially unusual today. Everyone coming and going in the courtyard had a serious and heavy expression, as if the skies were falling. Even the wind that was blowing was icy cold that it blew up the cold sweat. Tai followed behind the young man and said lowly, "Master, no traces are found." Zi Jingxing glanced at him. The calmer he looked, the more his eyes looked as if a storm was brewing at them that could engulf others into it the next moment. He asked in reply, "None?" Tai shuddered. Just as he was about to speak, he saw Jiao Yang walking over. Jiao Yang still had the scent of alcohol, apparently rushed over from the banquet, but fortunately her eyes were clear and he was not drunk. He walked directly over to speak. "Saozi is alright as the knife wounds are not serious. One has already instructed people to bandage accordingly. It is most likely she is suffering from shock and fainted. The medication to soothe one's nerves were taken and she would wake up tomorrow morning." Zi Jingxing's gaze became assured and Tai also sighed in relief. However, Jiao Yang said, "However, Pei Lang's injuries are very serious. The knife wounds are too deep and there is too much blood lost. It would really depend on oneself if one could get past it." The meaning of those words was that it would really depend on whether his life was strong enough to wake up. "It looks like it is Gentleman Pei that took the knife for Furen," Tai said carefully. Even though Pei Lang's position in the residence of Prince Ruai was somewhat delicate, at this moment one could not help but be grateful to him. But this is not a good thing. Jiao Yang looked at Zi Jingxing. If he really do not wake up, then with Saozi's temperament, she will feel guilty for the rest of her life. Shen Miao was one that was very distinct in one's feelings and did not like to owe another favor. If one owed anything to others, she would definitely return it. If Pei Lang really used his life to save her, in the future when Shen Miao know of it when she woke in the future, or if Pei Lang could not live, no one dared to think what Shen Miao would be like. "Are the city gates of Longyi sealed?" Zi Jingxing asked. "Sealed," Tai said. "The entire Moyun army is activated, but since the people around did not discover anything and Furen did not have time to call for help, either the person do not have any marital art skills, else they are of very high level." Zi Jingxing said, "No need to think much. If caught alive, directly kill them, then the mastermind. Investigate again." Tai left per ordered and Zi Jingxing looked towards Jiao Yang again. "Stay here tonight. If the condition worsens, then there would not be any need to move around." Jiao Yang said, "I understand." He then looked at Zi Jingxing again. "You should also rest." His expression was very serious. To attack Ruai Wangf at a location not far from Baijiaolu, the other party's guts was just too big. Not only that, one feared that they did not even put the residence of Prince Ruai in their eyes at all. There was probably only the Lu family who had this kind of guts in Longyi, but the Lu family need not require Shen Miao to be attacked here, thus there was a deeper meaning to it. In any case, this was a message that the hidden forces finally unable to restrain themselves and started to move, and the first choice in the residence of Prince Ruai was Shen Miao. However, at this moment, Zi Jingxing did not care much about it and walked into the room. Shen Miao laid on the bed and her complexion was pale as her eyes were closed and her eyelashes fell, showing a fragile and weak appearance. He signed and sat by Shen Miao's bed. There was a food basket on the table in the room and in it was the bowl of longevity noodles that Shen Miao instructed Bai Zhaolu to specially prepare. Ba Zhao said that fearing it would spoil, they had specially filtered it with cold water, but it had been for so long that even though it was filtered, it was already one ball of sticky mess. Zi Jingxing thought about it before reaching out to open the food basket and taking the bowl out. The noodles in the bowl had turned into a bowl of dough that one could faintly see the white noodles, green vegetables and yellow egg. Most likely it was freshly cooked and it would definitely be fragrant. It would definitely not be good to eat when it was cold. Zi Jingxing took out a pair of chopsticks and ate it in big mouthfuls. Ba Zhao and Hua Xiang had said that Shen Miao had instructed to buy a lot of firework and drinks so that they would be able to see the fireworks from the pavilion nearby Zhaolu. She had specifically instructed to prepare a longevity noodles at a specific time, Most likely it was for the apology. Both of them were in a cold war for a while, and it was Shen Miao who lowered her head first. Ba Zhao said that Shen Miao was not well off these days, and Xi Jingxing's heart felt at ease. He was a male and he should be more generous and not be calculative about matters in the past. But who knew that before the apology was made, he saw Pei Lang and Shen Miao in a pool of blood. It was difficult to describe the feelings at that moment. It was obviously summer, but one felt a chill from head to toe that he did not even have the courage to go up to confirm their condition. It was fortunate that everything was all right. The taste of the noodles that Xi Jingxing ate was like chewing on wax, but he finished the entire bowl. He placed the empty bowl on the table before holding Shen Miao's hands. He had regretted. If he was not enraged with Shen Miao, there was no need for Shen Miao to think about apologizing to him, and she would not go to the pavilion by Zhaolu, and perhaps there would not be such an incident. Lu Tan had gotten the information outside and was rushing over. Upon seeing Jiao Yang, she asked Jiao Yang first, "What had happened to my youngest Biao sister?" "She is fine," Jiao Yang said. "Pei Lang took a knife for her." "Gentleman Pei?" Lu Tan was stunned. "Then how is Gentleman Pei?" "Not very good." Jiao Yang shook his head. "Even you can't save him?" Lu Tan asked. Jiao Yang smiled bitterly. "I am a doctor and not Buddha. If everyone can be saved, then there would not be anyone in the Hall of Underworld." Lu Tan said, "It is only today that I know that youngest Biao sister had quarreled with my Fu, and it is said that it was due to youngest Biao sister not visiting my Fu when he is sick." Those furents in Baijiaolu said it was youngest Biao sister's fault and said that youngest Biao sister is cold and unfeeling. What do all of them know? When youngest Biao sister was begging for herbs from that strange Taoist priest, which one of them saw it? What nonsense! Strange Taoist priest? Jiao Yang heard the crux of her words and asked, "What strange Taoist priest? What do you mean by begging for herbs?" Lu Tan was stunned and she became upset for saying the wrong thing in a slip of her tongue. Recalling that Shen Miao did not want to let her speak about it, she then said, "Nothing, I anyhow spoke. I will go take a look at youngest Biao sister first." Finishing, she turned and headed to the room that Shen Miao was in. Jiao Yang grabbed her to stop her. "Don't go. Xi Jingxing is inside." "Oh?" Lu Tan lowered her head and suddenly remembered something. "You are staying here tonight?" "I will be staying here to watch over Pei Lang's condition," Jiao Yang said. "You should go back first." Lu Tan shook her head. "I will not return and stay here to wait for youngest Biao sister to wake up." Jiao Yang knew of Lu Tan's stubborn temperament and did not persuade her. In this night, it was extremely long in everyone's heart. The incident of Shen Miao and Pei Lang was concealed and no one in Baijiaolu knew of the matter and just thought that Xi Jingxing left the banquet early and did not know that it was a sleepless night in the residence of Prince Ruai. On this night, the servants were waiting with unease on the result. During summer, the days were long and the nights were short. When the sun shone, the birds in the courtyard started to chirp, but there was not a sound from the two rooms. Xi Jingxing looked at Jiao Yang and asked, "What is going on?" Jiao Yang's brow were tight as he took Shen Miao's and Pei Lang's pulse. However, he shook his head in front of everyone. "This is strange. Pei Lang's injuries are serious but did not have any reaction. There should be some reaction but looked like he was sleeping. Wang Fu only suffered from superficial injuries and medication for soothing one's nerve was taken. She should have woke up but had not woken up till now. So?" Xi Jingxing's expression was as deep as water as he looked at Jiao Yang forcefully. "This is somewhat strange," Tang Shu said cautiously. "Could it be that there is some other poison?" "It is just that Dr. Jiao have not discovered it before." "Not possible," Jiao Yang firmly denied. "There are no signs of poison in both of their pulse, but it is like nothing is wrong with it. There do not seem to have any problems but just unable to wake up." "How can it be?" Lu Tan became anxious. "My youngest Biao sister cannot keep on sleeping like this. There must be a reason." Jiao Yang looked at Xi Jingxing and he was unable to bear Xi Jingxing's gaze. "Let's wait for another half a day." In this half a day, Xi Jingxing was only able to stay by Shen Miao's bedside without leaving but not mention half a day. Even after waiting till night, Shen Miao did not woke up at all. It was also the same for Pei Lang. Tang Shu asked Jiao Yang, "Gentleman Jiao, what is actually going on here? Even if Furen and Gentleman Pei do not wake up, there has to be a reason. Could it be that even you are not able to find the reason?" Jiao Yang was unable to speak about the suffering of his heart. There was nothing wrong with Shen Miao and Pei Lang but just could not wake up. Even if one was a doctor, there must be signs and symptoms to diagnose, but from their pulse and expression, it was like they were sleeping like ordinary people. So what could he diagnose? It was just that facing Zi Jingxing's increasing cold and sharp eyes, Jiao Yang felt immensely pressured. Later Ji Yushu also rushed over upon hearing the news and everyone became worried together. Lu Tan could not bear it anymore and she became angry and tears almost fell from her eyes. Could it be that one is in conflict in some mysterious force? First it was my Fu and now it is youngest Biao's sister. If anything happened to youngest Biao's sister, how could I explain it to Gugu and Gu Fu? She then wiped her nose. I have promised when I followed here that I will protect youngest Biao's sister, but who knew that youngest Biao's sister is protected to such a state? One is really ashamed. Jiao Yang patted her shoulders. You are not of blame. If I am by her side, at least one would not be able to take advantage at all. After finishing, she seemed to have thought about something and said angrily, my Fu is too much. If he was not angry with youngest Biao's sister, then there would not be anyone that would follow and target youngest Biao's sister. Jiao Yang was helpless. Matters between Zi Jingxing and Shen Miao was not something that he could intervene. Moreover, Lu Tan was feeling indignant that Shen Miao was not waking up at all. If youngest Biao's sister does not wake up, he will regret it. Lu Tan said angrily, those Furens are biased, but he is the person by youngest Biao's sister's pillow but did not believe youngest Biao's sister. It is him that has no feelings. After some thoughts, she clenched her fists. After much thought, there is no need to conceal this matter from my Fu. Youngest Biao's sister had already gave so much for him, but at the end someone cut it. If youngest Biao's sister does not end well, one must speak thing clearly for her. Youngest Biao's sister do not want to talk about it, then I will speak. What are you saying? Ji Yushu asked curiously. Lu Tan glared at him. Of course, an contribution greater than that pair of ye siblings. Lu Tan went to look for Zi Jingxing in anger. Jiao Yang feared that she would cause trouble and quickly followed. Reaching the door, one could see Zi Jing crossing coming out with a serious face. Ever since this happened to Shen Miao, Zi Jingxing's expression had not changed. Lu Tan said, Prince Ruai of first rank. She did not call the familiar term of my Fu. Zi Jingxing swept a look at her. He felt his heart stuffy with Shen Miao being unconscious and was even more impatient with others. But Lu Tan had a temperament that would not care about anything when she get angry, that she would not even fear heavens. She said, previously youngest Biao's sister refused to let me say, but now she is lying on the sick bed. Since she does not speak of it, then I will speak. I have no scruples and would not think as much as her. It is just that it is two disadvantages for one to do so much but hide it from others without any explanation. Tang Shu and Tai Yi came over in a rush and stood by the side as they looked at Lu Tan with surprise. Those Furen all said that when you are bedridden, youngest Biao's sister did not come to see you much. You felt being treated coldly and that youngest Biao's sister was an unfeeling person, so your heart was not happy with her and is angry with her, right? Lu Tan stared at her. But you did not know what those days that she did not visit you was not because she did not want to do so, but because she went out of town to beg for medication. Went out of town to beg for medication? Zi Jingxing's gaze landed on Tai Yi and Tai Yi kept his head lowered, not daring to meet Zi Jingxing's eyes directly. Previously it was because Shen Miao instructed them servants to conceal, and afterwards when Shen Miao returned, she had an unfathomable cold war with Zi Jingxing. Once Zi Jingxing became cold, the surrounding people would not dare to approach him at such a juncture. One had thought to speak about it after a few days, but one did not expect that this would happen. Speak clearly. Zi Jingxing took a step forward. Lu Tan said, you do not know about it, right? One heard that there was a superior one in Fengqiuo's Yuang that could go against heavens and change lives and help people to change one's fate. She looked at Jiao Yang. At that time Jiao Yang was refining the medication to detoxify your poison, and youngest Biao's sister had given you all 3 Gui Yuan pills, but they could only hold you on for a period of time. If one is unable to find a way to detoxify you within 10 days, your life will be in danger. However, during the 4th day, your condition worsened and the imperial physician said you cannot withstand over 7 days. So when young Biao's sister heard about the rumor of that superior one in Fengqiuo's Yuang, she brought me and a few guards over. There was a lightning-like shock in Zi Jingxing's gaze. What kind of person Shen Miao was? She was rational and would analyze the pros and cons of any matter and would not believe in words of superstitions. She actually believed in what go against heavens and change lives. That was because there was really no way out. Fengqiuo's Yuang was not far from Longyi, but it was difficult to find for the location where the superior one resided. That day we rushed over throughout the night and were almost lost in that forest, which even had wolves. Youngest Biao's sister was not even a little afraid and insisted on lighting the torches and search for the route for the entire night, fearing that there would not be enough to return to save you. On the 2nd day we found that superior one, but because of that superior one's strange regulations, he only brought youngest Biao's sister and the no martial arts me into the mountain valley. One said that there is a herb that could detoxify hundreds of poison, but youngest Biao's sister had to pay the price. The price was actually not that difficult as it did not require gold or life. However, it was to let one pick out each worm from the entire mountain valley of Hongziyukou and fertilize each individual plant. Jiao Yang and Ji Yushu had shock expressions on, and even Tang Shu and Tai Yi was amazed. They had never heard these matters from others and did not know all the details of it. Tang Shu's heart came into a sudden realization. No wonder Shen Miao was in such a poor condition when she returned to the residence and had lost some propriety of a Wang Pei in comparison with Yimai. At that moment one did not know of the reason, but now he understood. So it was that Shen Miao had not sleep for that night in order to get the medication for Zi Jingxing and was busy being a farmer to others. For a moment he sighed, for a noble person to condescend into doing such a thing. Other than being flexible and adaptive, one's intention was much more valuable. However, the more Lu Tan spoke, the more she was unable to calm down. It sounds like nothing, right? But she was raised up delicately since young. It was an entire mountain valley that even those farmers would not be able to finish alone. She had not slept before and immediately started to do it, working throughout the entire night. You all are people who wear brocade and eat fine food, most likely had never once touched fertilizer before. For her to do such a thing, how could she be inferior to that pair of siblings? Lu Tan looked at Zi Jingxing. It is not false that the Yi siblings saved you and one have a life gratitude with them, but my youngest Biao sister is not inferior. It is said that she is not by your side, but you can ask the servants in this prince residence. Before she left the residence, how many days had she stayed by your bedside? Did she even take a step away? Did she take care of you without even closing her eyes? Could it be that it is incomparable to that Yi siblings who only had an encounter? I can only feel wronged for my youngest Biao sister to end up like this. When your highness married her from Mingqi, what was your promise? But you cannot even trust her. Even if she has a number of bad points, there is no double in her sincerity. When Lu Tan finished speaking, her face was red, but it seemed to wipe off the anger in her heart, and she looked at Zi Jingxing's expression. There was no sorrow or joy and his facial expression was calm. However, the calmer it was, it made others feel chilly, as if under the calmness there was a boundless storm. Finished speaking? He asked slowly. His tone of voice was so cold that Lu Tan could not help but shrink her neck. Jiao Yang quickly stood up. It is not the time to pursue these matters now. The most urgent task is to think of how to wake both of them up. Zi Jingxing smiled coldly. Isn't this easy? Just capture the Yi siblings. Ji Yushu was startled. Third older brother, what do you want to do? Since she behaved abnormally towards the Yi siblings, then there is definitely something wrong with the Yi siblings. No matter if it was them who behind the matter, there is no reason to spare them. Zi Jingxing turned around and was about to leave when Jiao Yang pulled him. but they are no longer in the powerless La family but the Yi family. What is the result of alarming the Yi family? Let go. Zi Jingxing said coldly. Calm down. Zhao Yang said, if Wang Pei really hate the Yi siblings and tolerated for so long, then she must not want to use a method that would harm oneself. Aren't you impeding her? That is correct. Third older brother Ji Yushu also helped. The Yi family is not a small household in Long Yi, so for you to take such actions, one fear that it would bring trouble to the prince residence. She can tolerate but I cannot. Zi Jingxing said. The Yi family had reached the bottom line. Third older brother Ji Yushu still wanted to persuade, but suddenly Ba Zhao's voice sounded from outside. The usually smiling girl now seemed to have a trace of panic. Master, someone has arrived. Tai Yi slightly frowned, seemingly dissatisfied with Ba Zhao's disposure. Who? It's the Taoist priest that Furen and us meet at Fengqiuo Zhuang. Ba Zhao said hesitantly. What? Lu Tan's eyes widened. Ji Yushu, who was holding onto Zi Jingxing's sleeves, could not help but let go of his hand and looked at Ba Zhao. Taoist priest. Ba Zhao nodded her head. In the hall, that strange Taoist priest that was clad in tattered clothes was touching this and that and looking at everything, as though it was his first time entering a residence. With eyes full of curiosity, Hua Xiang and Kong Yang stood at the side awkwardly as they knew Qian Taoist priest. But this Qian Taoist prince behaved so familiarly upon entering, making them somewhat uncomfortable. When Zi Jingxing and entourage reached the hall, Qian Taoist priest was trying to pick the gemstone out from a vase and even asked Hua Xiang, can this poor priest take this away? Qian Taoist priest. Lu Tan called him when she saw him. When Qian saw it was her, he smiled. Young lady Lu, one have not seen you for a long time. Lu Tan's heart was silently thinking that it was obviously not too long, but she could not care for anything else at this moment. Is it that you came over here because you know something had happened to youngest Biao sister and specially come to change my youngest Biao sister's fate? Even though Lu Tan felt that this Qian Taoist priest was a difficult person, he had some abilities, else Shen Miao would not believe in him that much. Qian Taoist priest looked at Zi Jingxing, who was standing silently behind Lu Tan, and smiled. This poor priest cannot change one's fate and can only do divination. This little brother, what do you think? I do not believe in the way of heavens. Zi Jingxing said. There is no faith in the way of heavens, then why does people insist on seeking answers from heavens? Qian Taoist priest shook his head. This Furen's life is special and others would not be able to fathom, and it is chosen by herself. You and me will not be able to help her. Lu Tan did not understand Qian Taoist priest's words and asked hurriedly, Taoist priest, what should be done with my youngest Biao sister now? Is the herb that I initially gave her still here? Qian Taoist priest asked. Eh? Lu Tan wondered. When we returned, the prince's poison was cured and naturally the herb is useless. One do not know where did youngest Biao sister place it. This servant seems to know where. Jingzi said and quickly brought everyone to Shen Miao's room and found a dusty grey box under the dressing table. When it was opened, there was a herb that looked nothing special, laying in it. Lu Tan's eyes were sharp. This is it. Go and boil it. Qian caressed his beard. Wait. Zi Jingxing looked at that strange Taoist priest. Why should I believe in you? You don't believe in this poor priest, but you do not have any other choice. Qian Taoist priest sighed. This herbs is found by this Furen, and at the beginning this poor priest had said that it would be futile. Even without this herb, you will be safe and sound. In your life, there was no such disaster, and what she had done is just unwarranted. Everyone was startled upon hearing it. However, it was not exactly useless. The strange Taoist priest had some delight in his expression. A loved one will be loved and a person saved will be saved. If at that time in the mountain valley she was half-hearted or insincere, she would not be able to gain this herb and there would not be today. This herb is gotten in the name of saving you, but it is actually to save her. Her contribution for you is actually saving her. At this moment, Lu Tan faintly able to discern some things and asked, The meaning is that you already knew that this herb would not be used on the prince but will be used on my youngest Biao sister. You have calculated that youngest Biao sister would have such a life and death situation, so by letting her get the herb was actually for herself. The strange Taoist priest looked at Lu Tan and said in all smiles, worthy of teaching. Zi Jingxing stared at him. You instructed her to be a farmer? That pair of eyes had some killing intent that the Taoist priest took a step backwards and hid behind Jiao Yang. He coughed twice lightly. There would be such a hurdle in her life, and this poor priest had already turned the catastrophe to the bare minimum. Compared to one's life, isn't being a farmer much easier? But what is she not awake? Jiao Yang wondered. I am also a medical practitioner, but after looking through her illness, one is unable to find the cause of it at all. It seems that there is nothing to do with her injuries. She should wake up today but does not at all. What is the reason for this? The Taoist priest said. This poor priest had said that this is her destined calamity in her life. What calamity here and there? One doesn't understand it at all. Lu Tan said, just tell us directly. When will my youngest Biao sister wake up after taking that herb? Qian smiled. That herb is not for her to eat but for the other injured person. The other injured person? Could it be Pei Lang? Zi Jingxing said lowly. If you are to scam one, I will take your life now. The vicious air is too strong. Qian shook his head. That person had given one's life for Furin, but because there are some entanglements in one's life, the herb that Furin requested for could be this debt. Then what about my Sao Zi? Ji Yushu asked. The strange Taoist priest looked towards Shen Miao, who was lying silently on the bed. She had a calm expression, as if she was asleep, but her face was so pale that there was a sense of unreality. She could pick up worms in my entire valley of Hongsui Cow but could not pick out the bugs in her own heart. This kind of calamity is considered fortunate for her and also misfortune. This poor priest have 3 fated encounter with her and 2 times had passed. This last encounter is fated. If the affairs in the mortal world is not resolved in full circle, there would be regrets. She wanted to request for an answer but no one could tell her. The strange Taoist priest's eyes squinted. Now she had found a way and is currently pursuing the answer in front of her. No one can help her. You can't, she can't, and even this poor priest can't, so one should wait patiently. The Taoist priest looked towards Zi Jingxing. That is your fate.